Hey guys, this is No Solution. I'm Scott, and this is my entry into Johnny from Rock and Metal Plus, his contest for reaching 500 subscribers. That's an awesome accomplishment. Congratulations, Johnny. And he had a cool idea for this contest to show 5 albums that got you into the music that you listen to. And he left it pretty open-ended. It can be one per genre that you listen to, or 5 from the same genre. And this has had a massive response, and I've been I usually, when these kind of contests come out, I make an initial list, and then I kind of go back and scribble something out and put something else in and kind of agonize about it way too much. I should just go ahead and do it. But the response to this contest, I've been seeing a lot of albums that I would have shown, and I'm trying not to repeat, so I thought I would just go ahead and get mine done. Oh, also, besides the 5 albums, just give 5 shout outs to other VC YouTube channels. So let's get started. I'm breaking format right away. This is not going to be, he didn't say it had to be all metal, but obviously most of the people are showing all metal. So I decided to show an album that kind of got me into music in general, and it would be Bruce Springsteen, Born in the USA. When this came out, I believe 1984, I was 9 years old, and I got the cassette. So obviously not this copy, that copy, I don't know what happened to it. It's long gone with most of my cassettes. But to me, it was just super catchy rock music, and I listened to it all the way through every time, over and over and over again, and just loved the catchiness of the songs and just kind of the rock attitude of it. It wasn't until years later that I was, I hadn't listened to it in a while, and I'd come back and listen to it and thought, man, these songs are really angry and depressing. Like, the funny thing of the title track, Born in the USA, is if you don't listen to it, you think it's an awesome patriotic anthem about how great the USA is. And then if you actually listen to it, it's not what it's about at all. So this is a cool example of an album that anyone can enjoy, but as you age and you change, the album changes with you, and it can mean different things to you at different times. So yeah, Born in the USA. I don't really follow Bruce all that closely, but I dip in now and then, but anything he puts out is generally worth listening to. So next I was going to go with the album that got me into metal in general. And it would be, if I'm being totally honest, it was Metallica Kill 'Em All. A friend of mine got it and brought it over, and we listened to it, and it blew my mind. But everybody's showing Metallica. So I decided to go with the thrash band I got into outside of the big 4. And the first one was Nuclear Assault. And this is the album that was out at the time, Handle with Care, from 1989. Our college near me, Western Michigan University, has a radio station. They used to have a metal show. And Nuclear Assault was playing a show somewhere nearby. And they went and interviewed them and played a bunch of their songs. It was like an hour block of nothing but Nuclear Assault. And it just, to me, I mean, now you don't think of Nuclear Assault as like super underground, but it was to me at the time. And I was like, it was like a new discovery, and nobody at school knew this band, and I was the only one. And I ran out and bought the tape, obviously, so not this, but got a hat, got a t-shirt. I was all in on Nuclear Assault. And this is a classic of crossover. Probably not my favorite album of theirs now, but my sentimental favorite. So Nuclear Assault for my thrash entry. This one, I don't know if I've seen anyone show this exact album, but I'm sure they have. I haven't watched every video. So for death metal, it was Obituary, and the album was Cause of Death. 90, was it 90? 91? 90. And I heard this late. It was probably 92, 93. My friends and I had heard some death metal and kind of made fun of it, about the silly vocals. But at least for me, I can only speak for myself, deep down it was kind of scary to me, and that may be what kept me away from it for a little while. But I heard this, and this one convinced me. Ironically, it has maybe the scariest death metal vocals of all. John Tardy's death metal vocals are second to none, and just full of classics. They still play a lot of these live now. Infected, Chopped in Half. The cover of Circle of the Tyrants is amazing. The Celtic Frost song. Sorry to trigger anyone. Yeah, so Obituary Cause of Death for my death metal entry. Once again, I'm late to the party. I didn't get into this until 97, 98, but my black metal, the first black metal album I listened to and liked was this, Mayhem live in Leipzig. So this is a recording of the legendary concert they performed in Leipzig, Germany in, let's see if I can read it, November 26, 1990, with the classic lineup of Dead, Euronymous, Necrobutcher, and Hellhammer. The lineup that never recorded an album because Dead died. Or, yeah. We won't go into that. But it's a horrible recording. You can tell there was nobody there. But just the creepy atmosphere of it. And it's killer songs. I mean, songs from the Death Crush EP and the De Mysterious album that hadn't been recorded yet. So, yeah, just something in the creepy cover, just everything about this drew me in. The music and the aesthetics and the atmosphere. So that is the album that got me into black metal. Mayhem live in Leipzig. And, of course, I have to go back to the well. The album that got me into Marillion was the Misplaced Childhood album. And version I got, I've seen non-gatefold versions, but I've got the gatefold. Just kind of a neat little. I've got so many copies of this album. So I really don't play this record very often, but it's cool to have. For my favorite band, I don't mind having various copies, extra copies of albums. And man, I'm trying to re-sleeve it on camera. Every freaking time I forget. Do that later. Sorry about that, guys. And so that's my 5 records. And I will go to the shout-outs. First of all, Tony at Tainted Lord 87. Just maybe the nicest guy in the VC. And what I enjoy about, besides him being a cool guy, which really is enough. I mean, a lot of us are doing the same thing, so you just kind of gravitate to people who you like their personality. But he got into metal where a lot of us were like late 80s, early 90s. He's more like early 2000s. So it's cool seeing his different perspective on what he considers influential. And when in him doing this video, you'll see that too. Like he's picking stuff from like the mid 2000s that are great albums, but you know, were after I was already in. So I enjoy his perspective, and he's just a super cool guy. So give him a sub if you haven't. You probably already have. But my next one is Simon Pieface. I don't know where Simon gets the time to watch all the videos and comment on them. And his comments aren't just like, "Hey, cool video." It's like he goes in depth, and you can tell he has something to contribute and really watch the video carefully. And his own channel, he just, you can tell everything he's saying is from the heart, and shares a lot of personal stories. And I really enjoy his channel, and glad to have made his acquaintance from starting to make videos myself. So Simon at Pieface. Next one, Lauren at Dead Flesh, I believe is the name of the channel. It's a combination of letters and numbers, so I'll leave the link below so you can just click right on it. Lauren is super new. Just getting into not only making videos, but actually collecting music, physical formats of music herself. It kind of blew my mind. I was watching her first CD video, and she held up a stack of CDs, like, I don't know, it was like 5 or 6 CDs. So she's just like, yeah, I'm holding in my hand my whole CD collection. And it just blew my mind, like, wow, to be starting out like that and have everyone be special to you, where, you know, if you got a big collection, you know, you just start acquiring things and then forget you even have it, and you don't really cherish what you have. So that was a cool reminder of what music appreciation is supposed to be. So yeah, Lauren's just starting out. I'm enjoying her videos, and head over and give her a sub. My next one is Jacob at Thor's Musichammer. It used to be Music Sucker, if you know him under that name, but it's now Musichammer. Guy from Denmark. I'm almost positive. He shows a lot of Yeah, because he shows a lot of Danish bands. He's also very interested in bands with female members or just female vocalists. And I like his diverse taste. Like, he'll show a bunch of Autopsy records, and then he'll show the new Miley Cyrus record. Like, he just likes a bunch of different stuff. And even if it's not all for me, it's cool to hear him talk about it. So Jacob at Thor's Musichammer. And then the last one was Marty at Metal Marty Mac. I'm pretty sure I haven't shouted him out before. I'm trying to do all ones I hadn't done before. I couldn't remember if I'd done Marty before, but if I hadn't, then I need to do it now. So Marty, he's an awesome guy from Ireland. He's got a great collection. Probably my age-ish, but he didn't get into black metal until really recently. So it's fun seeing his reaction to black metal stuff that people have been into it, have already heard. And just a super nice dude. Always leaves cool comments and responds to the comments you give him. And yeah, that was my 5, I guess. Yeah, this is another one that I wrote down a ton of names and just had to pick 5. And there'll be another shout-outs competition, I'm sure, and I'll get to anyone I haven't gotten to. So that's my entry, guys. Thanks a lot for doing this, Johnny, and congratulations again on 500 subs. That's awesome. And I'll see you in the next one.